So you saw a movie, Jimmy, that you like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Eagle Eye because I had been at the IMAX when I saw Dark Knight, and they promoted Eagle Eye. And it looked like it was pretty good. And then Travis reminded us that that's the movie Michael Chiklis was in, promoting when he was in.
Yeah. From The Shield.
The same day we had Omar in, actually. That was the day Michael Chiklis came in.
That was the day I missed. I missed the Omar.
He promoted Eagle Eye. What happens is it's about a guy, Shia LaBeouf, and
oh no,
his phone rings.
Can I just?
Sure.
I gotta stop you. You got me so bad. I know where you're going now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why? No. It was good. It was.
How good was it, Jimmy?
I mean, tremendous. Like he goes to the bank and all of a sudden he knows he has $750,000 in the account.
Nice, right?
Yeah. And he walks up to his apartment and the phone rings as he's looking through all these boxes that are not his. They have like C4 in them and they're guns. And the thing says, the FBI is coming. You have 30 seconds to vacate the premises. He's like, what? Who is this? 30 seconds to vacate the premises. And then the police come and arrest him. And then you're like, what's going on? And then there's a woman somewhere getting a phone call from the same voice telling her to go down and get a car on the corner or something like that. And they meet up. And that was the movie. I hated it. That movie was so horrendous. It made me angry. I haven't gotten angry at how bad a movie. And Spielberg was one of the exec producers, I think, which really annoyed me. Because the whole thing was, I'm going to give it away. The person making the phone call, it was the computer. See, in the beginning, they had been doing some strike on an Afghani or something like that, and it turns out the computer, the super defense computer, recommended that they don't do the strike because it was only a 51% probability that this was the terrorist target. Mm-hmm. So they overrode the computer to the strike, and of course, it was an innocent person, which is, a great mirror, very clever mirror to what the Bush administration was doing.
Oh, is that
very
what they were
clever social statement. And, yeah, and then it turns out it was the computer, a defense computer, and the computer was forcing people to do things that were going to kill the president, the vice president, and someone else, like to remove the government, because the computer had been sworn to protect the Constitution. It was Hollywood stinks so bad. Their idea of making a salient point, it was basically that they had attacked this Afghani at a funeral and killed innocent people, and then the result was that there was retaliation against Americans everywhere. And so, therefore, the people who had ordered the attack on the Afghani were enemies of the state and had to be removed. Which is, of course, that stupid, bleeding heart, left-wing root cause problem. Americans bring all the problems on ourselves. Mm-hmm. The only reason we're ever attacked by terrorists is because we attacked innocent people.
That's right.
And they're responding.
Well, of course, that's what we do, right?
Yeah, we poked the hornet's nest. Yeah. It's our fault again.
Yeah.
That movie stunk. And if Hollywood could have one original political opinion, could they have one original political idea?
They play out the same way every time. You're right. You're so right.
We get it. Americans are bad. We brought it on ourselves. Root cause. We're evil. They're only responding. It's just sickening. Mm-hmm. Liberals have gotten very uncreative. I mean, really uncreative. That's all I wanted to say. That movie made me sick to my stomach.
Well, as soon as you said Shia LaBeouf, I'm like, come on. It has to suck.
What was he? He was in Transformers, which I saw, which was average. I thought it was very overrated.
But the movie's, it's about the movie, not his performance. Right. Anyone could have done his role in that movie.
And what else was he in? I mean,
I really don't know. I don't search out Shia LaBeouf movies myself.
He was in that golf movie, I think, The Greatest Game Ever Played, I think it was called.
Was that a good movie?
It wasn't bad. It was long, but it wasn't bad.
It was a long movie about golf?
It was something from like 1913, a golf tournament.
How could that
Wait,
be?
you saw the movie and that's the best you could give us?
Yeah, they delayed football or something and it came on Fox, so I caught the end of it.
It's Field of Dreams he's talking about. I don't know. The father comes out of the woods and they play golf together. No idea. Oh, it was terrible. Mm. And then when I saw it's like such a monotone, one-level political opinion.
Right.
It's like it's hack. There's no depth to it whatsoever.
Did it do well in the theaters? I don't even remember this
Probably
movie.
not, because
it came and went, right?
Yeah, this is one where the critics should have destroyed it.
And
it was just terrible.
You were telling me during the break you want to see Revolutionary Road.
I do, yeah. I do want to see that, because I know you said Kate Winslet was supposedly great, and supposedly it's very depressing.
She's a great actress, absolutely, but who wants to see that crap?
I don't mind a good depressing movie if it's good. If it's done well.
Well, God, I would love to talk about it right now, but you should see it over the weekend. We'll talk about it on Monday because it could start a discussion, certainly.
I want to see that. I saw Frost Nixon, which...
Yeah?
Yeah, I was very good. I didn't... It was weird seeing somebody play Nixon. Frank Langella.
That's what we were saying yesterday, because he's up for the Oscar, but he doesn't look anything like Nixon.
No, it was... he did do a great job, but...
Nixon's a tough guy to play just because he was so unique looking that it kind of takes you out of it, because everyone... He looked like a cartoon.
Yeah, Langella didn't look like him.
At all.
No, his name in the movie was Mark Nixon, so like, that kind of took
the whole movie. The whole movie was about their interview.
Well, it was about leading up to the David Frost, what he had to go through to get the money to finance.
Right. To get Nixon on his show, right?
Yeah, and no one could get a Nixon interview. And this guy got a 4-part, 2 hours each part Richard Nixon interview. And he got some amazing stuff out of Nixon.
Yeah.
And it makes you kind of sympathetic for Nixon, though. You don't hate the guy, because again, he's been so demonized by everybody.
He knew how to wheel and deal, that guy.
And he was, Frost underestimated Nixon's smarts. During an interview, he underestimated Nixon's ability to talk, and it's like, I mean, this was the president, and he really...
They went through Nixon's years on this president's thing on the History Channel. I highly recommend you check it out if you have any interest in history and the president. And they said about Nixon, they're like, he was just a bad man. And what proved that he was a bad man is that he had a list of all his enemies. And they're like, if you have to list all your enemies, you're not a good dude.
Yeah, you're just a nice guy with a bad memory.
Well, yeah.
Nixon had it in his contract with Frost, which was interesting, is that because he said that what they lost in the original election of JFK was that he was sweat on his upper lip. Mm-hmm. And they when he did a debate with John F. Kennedy, they said the radio audience said that Nixon won it. He was better. But the TV audience, who could see them side by side, and they said that Kennedy was tan and looked great, and Nixon was kind of like, sunken looking and was sweating on his upper lip.
Yeah, legendary.
Didn't look presidential.
Not at all. He was a sweaty mess. And, Kennedy came across with that charisma and all that, and the women were swooning.
Collected and calm and confident. So in his contract for this, the interview with David Frost, every time he asked him a question, Nixon had to have a second to dab his mouth with a handkerchief, so he wouldn't look like he was sweating on camera.
I don't know if I want to see that movie.
I liked it more than I thought. I mean, you know how it turns out, but I actually liked it more than I thought.